Hi everyone, my name is Brellias. I'm a 3D artist and director from Chile. My work specializes in surreal imagery with topics of nostalgia, human connection, nature, and abandonment. In this series of tutorials, I'm going to walk you through my process, showing you how to achieve this piece using Blender. To start, I want to change the viewport transform to ATX Chroma Laden. So then I check properties to see if everything is alright. I want to check my references so I have a better idea of how to start, and I start building the scene with some primitives. By the way, I'm using a Razer Naga mouse, the one that has a lot of buttons on the side. I put a lot of macros on those so I can navigate scenes faster in Blender. Just so you know that I'm not contorting my fingers while on the keyboard. I started building an arc using the mirror modifier. Pressing Q, I open a list of favorite actions that I use a lot. I like trying to align the composition guides and the objects, so you will see that a lot. I'm trying to align these arcs using the composition guides. It's always a safe way to compose a scene, at least at first. Using the edge of the arc, I create a volume that will cut through the wall using booleans. To do this fast, I'm using an add-on called Bool Tool. Now I will do the same as before, but to make a hole in the ground. At this point, I will add a couple of lights to help me understand the different planes of the scene, and that will guide me towards the final lighting setup. I will also create the placeholder for the character, using a cube with the human dimensions to check their position on the scene, and start positioning it using the composition guides. I adjust the camera position once more until it feels right, changing the focal length. I will keep working on the scene, testing materials, adding some more lights in the composition in some small amounts. This UV is messed up as a result of the Boolean operation, so after going in edit mode, selecting it and choosing Q project from the UV menu, it's fixed. Now I want to add a moss layer on top of the bricks. I will do that by using a simple noise mask. One thing I like to do is add the material to a placeholder object, like a sphere, then group the contents of that material, effectively making a shared node of it. That way I can copy it to the material node tree of the bricks and use it as a shader. I could also copy it to another object in the scene and it would share the same characteristics. So changing the color of the moss on one object would change it everywhere. Using an empty, you can control the UV coordinates of the noise texture in a nice way to preview where would you want this moss. Now I will replace the character placeholder with the character I always use. It's a simple model from that studio, but changed in a way that it doesn't have many features. That's because I want to scatter flowers on top of it, and sometimes it doesn't look very good if it has many crevices or small bumps. The model I chose in the video initially was kinda buggy, so after trying to fix it, I decided to use this one instead. Then I started posing it. Now it's time for my favorite part, vegetation. Plants and flowers are always so fun to place in the scene. So I will add a plants collection and start placing some flowers. I started placing bougainvillea flowers. Their pink color is a nice way to accent the colors of my scenes, which are mostly blue. Now I will add some ivies, another great way to make scenes feel abandoned. I decided to hide the flowers because I couldn't find the right place for them right now, but I still want to place them later. I tried to refine the lighting a little bit more, and I will add a couple of walls so there's some bounce lighting of the objects and make that plane feel like a room. Playing with lighting, trying to get it right, usually is the most time consuming step. I have the idea that the pool space is set between two corridors that are more abandoned, so I will add more plants and variety on those. I would also add a volumetric cube, that it's just a cube with a volumetric material. Right now I'm using a volumetric material by the shader pack B shade, but a shader like the principal volume will work just fine. Adding another light on the front will make the ivies and plants at the front pop a bit more, but not take too much attention from the center. Pressing Ctrl B and setting a render region on the viewport is a nice way of quickly previewing specific parts of it. The volume feels like too much, so I start tweaking it so it feels like more ambiental and not taking away from the character. Now I will add another light to add some color contrast to the scene, as right now it's mostly blue. And I think it's time to work with the ground, so I will go to the scatter tab Select the ground object and create a manual scatter system using some clovers from my asset library. I will put a couple of clovers on the scene to check if they look good in the viewport, and then I will start to cover the ground with them using the spray brush. Now I will do the same but with grass. Now with the basic composition, lighting, and objects ready for the scene, you only need to start refining everything, which I'll show you in the next part.